Michigan and the whole structure is really trying to make a concerted effort to get onto that podium of most corrupt states in the union, because we know of Gretchen Whitmer's executive powers. She got vast amount of emergency powers, not unlike what Andrew Cuomo had, and we'll get into him in a minute, because something's actually going to be done about his situation, the exact same one that Gretchen Whitmer found herself in. But unlike Cuomo, who's going to be facing an investigation because he's far more powerful and could potentially be a bigger threat and isn't somebody who's going to be a potential vice presidential candidate. But Gretchen Whitmer is not going to be facing an investigation into her nursing home policy, mostly because we don't know. Nobody's leaked from the office the numbers that are out there. She's keeping them under wraps, keeping them locked up like a nun's box. There is no tangible information right now. All we know is that people were dying inside nursing homes. And the Attorney General, Dana Nessel, who has continued to make terrible decision after terrible decision, is once again just following her regular course here and not going to be investigating this. So we got to start off with a little bit of a black pill here. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel says an investigation into Governor Gretchen Whitmer's handling of nursing homes during the COVID-19 pandemic isn't warranted at this time. Why? In response to a request from State Senator Jim Runestad of White Lake, Nessel, a Democrat, no, you don't say, and the state's top law enforcement official, said the Republican senator has provided insufficient indication that any laws had been violated. No, I guess murder's not on the table in Michigan. You caused this shit. I appreciate what you and your colleagues have policy disagreements with Governor Whitmer's response on COVID-19, Nessel wrote, but an investigation by my office is not the mechanism to resolve those disagreements. Why? Because providing the information to the public or to even the state senators would be a little bit too much of a fucking ask. They are keeping her protected, and by her I mean Whitmer, at such a high level. Everybody sees the blatant hypocrisy. Everybody remembers that the Supreme Court of Michigan told her that her emergency powers were unconstitutional. And what did she do? Bitch and moan and continue to do it anyway and didn't face any repercussions. She followed the exact same policies and procedures that led to the deaths of thousands and tens of thousands of elderly people in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and in Michigan as well. Slowly but surely, all of those governors will have to face the music, but apparently not at this time. The decision is a setback for Republicans who want justice. In the state legislature, who have slammed the Democratic governor's executive decisions for nursing homes. That's it? No, not the fact that she told everybody to stay indoors, even as spring approached last year, that you couldn't even go outside and tend to your fucking garden. Oh, there's snow on the ground. Meanwhile, her husband's jetting across as many lakes as he can possibly stick his fucking yacht in. As of Monday, 5,624 COVID deaths are linked to long-term care facilities in Michigan. That sounds an awful lot like the number that was put out there from New York prior to the fact that one of the aides leaked out that they covered up the numbers, so something doesn't seem right to me. About 35% of the overall death toll according to state data. Meanwhile, you have up here in Canada where 80% of deaths are linked to long-term care facilities, and over in New York, it's somewhere around 55%, so something's telling me things ain't fucking adding up, and guess what? We aren't going to find anything about that, because Michigan is so goddamn corrupt. Meanwhile, at least state senators in New York are going after Cuomo for something that matters. State senators call for investigation into Cuomo's administration over nursing home tragedy. New York state senators have written a letter to the chairman of the Investigations and Government Operations Committee asking to start an investigation into the controversial order that likely accelerated CCP virus outbreaks in nursing homes. Hopefully, there is that same body in Michigan for those state senators to also push through a meaningful investigation. A disclosure of data last month revealed that nearly 15,000 nursing home residents in New York died of the CCP virus. After people recovering from the infection were released into nursing homes at the beginning of the pandemic, a number a lot higher than the 8,500 figure previously made known. Yep. The letter was written by Republican State Senator Anthony Palumbo. I guess there's not identity politics being played in the New York State House, a member of Investigations and Government Operations Committee, according to the Washington Examiner. Members of the Mental Health and Disabilities Committee co-signed the letter directed at the chairman, Democrat State Senator James Skoufis. Nice Greek guy. Individuals residing in OPWDD group homes were 3 times more likely to contract COVID-19 and 3 times more likely to die from it compared to the general population of New York, reads a senator's letter. The report also asserts that group homes received inadequate COVID-19 guidance from OPWDD, leading to logistical challenges and almost certainly allowing COVID-positive residents and staff to return to group homes, Palumbo wrote. The exact same shit in Michigan, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and I'm pretty sure Virginia as well. Oh, man. To date, OPWDD has resisted calls for greater transparency regarding the release of data related to the group homes, he added. So hopefully that investigation gets underway. But guess what investigation into Cuomo is going in? Oh, well, it's the Me Too stuff because that's far better headline fodder. Fucking morons. Go after the shit you have proof of, or at least try to find the proof. Not fucking decades old allegations. We'll get into that one in a minute. Fucking bitch making up accusations 20 years ago. Listen, is Andrew Cuomo a scumbag? Probably. Should he be thrown out for that reason? No. Should he be thrown out for killing grandma? Oh, fuck yes. But here we go. Andrew Cuomo accuser speaks with investigators for 4 hours. What a fucking waste of time. As New York Governor Andrew Cuomo tried to return to business of governing Monday, one of his sexual accusers met via Zoom for more than 4 hours with investigators working for the state attorney general's office. During the interview, Charlotte Bennett revealed new details about Cuomo's behavior and what she said was a sexually hostile work environment. What do you mean by that, huh? What do you mean by that? According to her lawyer, including a claim, the governor frequently made suggestive remarks about the size of his hands. What, if you say anything, you're going to find these cement mixers upside your fucking noggin? To be fair, those sausage links at the fucking end of that catcher's mitt look a little bit daunting if you're unprepared. One piece of new information that came to light today was the governor's preoccupation with his hand size. Weird, huh? Because they always used to mock Trump, seemingly out of nowhere, for having traditionally small hands. Huh. Weird how this starts coming up again. And what the large size of his hands indicated to Charlotte and other members of his staff. Oh my fucking God. That created a hostile work environment because, hey, I got double XL gloves, huh? Bennett also provided investigators with 120 pages of records to corroborate her accusations according to Katz. What could be the proof that she has written down? Bennett, 25, is one of a number of women who have accused Cuomo of workplace harassment. Some have said Cuomo demeaned them and with pet nicknames. What, like honey, sweetie, bitch? Teased them about their appearance. Why don't you put in a little effort, honey? Subjected them to unwanted kisses and touches. What happened to this, I'm a strong, independent woman and I don't need no man. But as soon as some fucking greaseball decides that he's gonna lean in and wrap his sauce beaters around your waist, you're all of a sudden a fucking damsel in distress. Save me. Or ask them about their sex lives. Was he Tommy Wiseau? Hey Mark, how's your sex life? A few, including Bennett, have said they believe the governor was probing their interests in an affair. Yeah, he's a single guy. If you're single and you're attractive, guys are gonna hit on you. Fucking woo. Or then you have this fucking attention getter, Kara Hinton, ex-Andrew Cuomo aide, says her governor was aroused when hugging her. Okay? Kara Hinton, one of 7 women who have accused New York Governor Andrew Cuomo of sexual misconduct, on Monday detailed an extremely uncomfortable December 2000 alleged incident in a Los Angeles hotel room. I cannot fucking believe this. This is so retarded. Hinton was working as a consultant after having federal jobs with the Department of Housing and Urban Development when she alleges the incident occurred between herself and future New York governor. Oh, so he didn't have any power before, so she didn't bother to speak up. Hinton spoke with WNYC Radio Monday after first going public with her accusation against Cuomo on March 6th. So everything was fine for the first 20 years, but then in the past week, it just became not all right. In the detailed discussion of the sexually charged incident, Hinton recalled Cuomo was clearly aroused during a hotel room embrace. You're in a oh my God. Oh my God, do I have to explain anatomy to this bitch? You guys are alone in a hotel room. He was hugging you and he had wood. Or maybe it was just a roll of quarters and he was just fucking happy to see you. Spare me. This is so fucking stupid. That's why I don't want to see him go down for this, even though he'd like to. AI, you get it? No, you're tangible fucking evidence. I don't care that there are 7 broads who have come out of the woodwork from alleging, oh, he said sexually questionable things about the size of his hands, or he hugged me with a little bit of too much of a press at the midsection. Yeah, he's creepy. You should tell him to fucking watch it at the time. That's what a strong, independent woman does. Not somebody who wants all the fucking rights and freedoms afforded to you, but then at the same time you can just turn into a wilting violet on a whim whenever it suits you. And I'll get into this more in the next video, but there's a reason why Gretchen Whitmer is not getting anywhere near the pressure that Cuomo is right now, because there is a litany of Democratic faithfuls that are coming out against him. But then at the same time, for somebody who's doing the exact same stuff, just because she has an axe wound between her legs, she gets to skate on this shit. One is clearly a threat politically, and the other one is trying to suck up to the person pulling the strings. But we'll get to that in the next video when we talk about one of the other obvious governors who are currently in a lot of shit right now. But all of this stuff, you know why it's grabbing the headlines? Because it's, oh, my cancel culture, and you can be like Andrew Cuomo. I don't have anything pulled up besides this one as well. But he had an interview as well, trying to paint himself as, if you can actually believe this, as a political outsider. Just forget the fact that his father was governor of New York for 3 terms. And then he just, oh, but I'm being a victim of cancel culture. I can hardly believe it. You know what else is weird? Here's just a little food for thought as well. Who's actually been taken down by cancel culture? You know what? Who are the high-profile people who have done sexually questionable stuff and had to face the music for them? Okay, here's the people that immediately come to mind. Al Franken, Democratic Senator. Harvey Weinstein. They know the pressure's on them, right? That's why you have these little spurgs just trying to pop out of the woodwork, because apparently I think the Grammys were this weekend. I don't really care about them or any of that other kind of stuff. Award shows are top tier cancer, but they're going after comedians because obviously. And Bill Burr again, because I guess he's probably the most famous comedian right now, because the previous one, Kevin Hart, kind of self-canceled himself for old jokes about gays, I think. I don't even fucking remember. Nobody cares. And Bill Burr has been talking this shit for, oh my god, just about as long as those accusations against Cuomo have been around. He was saying shit about, I don't know, a shitty piano solo. Kind of funny, you know, just off the cuff remark. Comedian Bill Burr was hit with a wave of social justice outrage after presenting at the Grammy premiere ceremony. The Mandalorian actor, that's why they're going after him now, because he has something to lose. And because they already successfully canceled somebody else off of The Mandalorian, in Gina Carano as well, presented the award for Best Tropical Latin Album. Could you literally have picked a worse person to present that? Fucking Ginger, really? Somebody who's probably hadn't listened to any of the albums that were nominated at the ceremony, which took place before the main event. Her routine promptly skyrocketed to the top of the trending topic on Twitter. Obviously, this is where all of these assholes live. As soon as Burr came on stage, he mocked the pianist who performed his solo before him, whatever. Was I the only one who wanted to kill himself after that piano solo? See, that's funny. That's funny. Keyboard warriors were up in arms when Burr followed up the joke by mispronouncing "So will I." Natalia Lafourcade, sure, who won for Best Regional Mexican Album. That is exactly why award shows are cancer. Burr did apologize immediately for butchering her name. Yeah, he does that all the time. Probably something exactly like what I did. And yet social media pundits were not satisfied, because they never are. That's why you never back down to them. And that's why this makes sense in the context of Andrew Cuomo as well. He's saying that he's not going to resign. He's not going to back down, because everything that he's asked is in the context of his sexual misconduct. Ooh. And being a comedian and telling a joke is once again not worthy of being canceled. And he's been saying this stuff, like I've said, for as long as I've been aware of Bill Burr, okay? And now that he's, I guess, probably the lead star or one of the biggest names on The Mandalorian, whatever's left. I don't watch Star Wars. It's for kids. He has something to lose. Therefore, they can continue to attack him. And another veil that he has as well is he's married to a very, very black woman who's also taking up his defense. But I thought that this bared inclusion into this story as well. But what else could be canceled? Like, okay, they're trying to cancel comedians. Like Amy Schumer could be on the block next. Who knows? Anyways, and then right here to just round everything out, I don't trust her. Not even a little bit. This is somebody who has fomented the political division. Somebody who has thrived in cancel culture. Somebody who, just like Bill Burr, has a shield because they allege to be a comedian, even though the only thing funny Sarah Silverman has ever done was taking a right hook at the beginning of Way of the Gun. But no, over the weekend as well, she had a little bit of a fucking spurg out. I don't want to be associated with the Democratic Party anymore. Well, you were the person, one of the main people. You remember all of those PSAs leading up to the election. Who was front and center in so many of those? Oh, you can just vote naked at home. I remember that one because it's burned into my mind. This is what's going to happen for a very long time. Now that everybody on that side of the aisles, their big boogeyman is gone. Oh, Orange Man gone. Now as TDS starts to lift, all of a sudden you're going to get these people that just look around, properly assess the area, no longer have their vision clouded and fogged up, and realize, oh my God, look at the damage that we've wrought. But then you also got to realize, as soon as they have another victim or some kind of perpetrator that they can conjure up to be just as bad, or heaven forbid for them, if Trump decides to run again in 2024, they will be back to their old ways. You goddamn well better believe it. But here's what Moron had to say. Liberal comedian Sarah Silverman said in a recent podcast that she has had it with the absoluteness of the Democratic Party and no longer wants to be associated with it. It is an absoluteness of the party that is such a turnoff to me, said the empty egg carton. In an Instagram video from her podcast on Monday, Newsbusters first reported, it is so fucking elitist. You reap what you sow. You know, for something called progressive, it allows for zero progress. It's all or nothing. That's you. You made the bed. Now fucking lie in it. I think I don't want to be associated with the party anymore, she continued. It comes with too much baggage. Every party, it comes with so much fucking baggage that no ideas can be taken at face value. You did that. You were the moron who was running around looking at surveyors marking the street where power lines are and marking them as such, and oh, there's swastikas everywhere. So no, I could read the rest of this, but fuck her. I don't believe her. Not for one bit. This is somebody who had a foe in her head for such a long time, and now that she can properly see the mess that she has created, she's looking around, seeing that big 5-0 is creeping up. Oh, she just actually crossed that barrier on December 1st, so guess what? She's taking stock of her life at 50 and realizing that she has nothing. No husband, no kids, no life whatsoever. Her entire identity was wrapped up in Orange Man bad, and now she sees her party for what she's created and doesn't like what she sees in the mirror. You love to see it. So no, don't be accepting her into the big tent party just because she's somebody who's popular. That's what led to the politicization of celebrities with their fucking ankle-deep takes on things. Ruining sports, ruining culture. If you want to return back to comedy and do something funny for the first time in your goddamn career, by all means, maybe disassociate yourself from politics. That would be fine. Oh, I'm politically homeless right now. Well, if you have to rely on your actual skills instead of on your back, you'd find yourself actually homeless. And I think that this is a perfect segue because in the next video, we're going to be talking about a very apt descriptor for Sarah Silverman, for the people who are calling for the heads of people who have said things or have done things that some morons think that are potentially questionable years later. Goddamn frauds. And with that said, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.